And so we are back aboard with ECL South America. We're hitting the midway point of our season as so many teams have already gotten in so many matches. Tons of surprises if you look over towards those groups, and we've taken away another set back-to-back BO1s and some teams returning from the major as well. Couldn't get much better than this, Cole.
Yeah, I'm super looking forward to this game here. Imperial, obviously, coming through fresh off the back of the major on a three game loss streak, as we were kind of hinting at. And you don't really fault them too much. Their losses most recently to FaZe, Vitality, and Spirit. So hey, tough beats for them. They're looking to come back though, back to familiar territory here, and territory that they really did dominate throughout 2024. Big reason as to why we have been seeing so much success out of this squad, I think, has come through into the international scene is because of how hard they've been working in the in their domestic scene as well. So it's really cool to see them kind of succeed in some sense.
Yeah, a lot of regional success is translating over for a lot of these teams, only suffering a single loss so far in the season, and just a little bit of an upset, a little bump in the road. But to be fair, a ton of other teams here in South America have also been performing well regionally and did well over there at the major. I think Legacy probably was the biggest surprise to even make it to the major. They put up some good results. Pain Gaming made it into the elimination stage as well.
Made it to 2-3.
Yeah, they made it to 2-3. They almost made it to playoffs, which is the craziest thing. I mean, you thought that team fluked its way through the RMRs, but they certainly proved that South America is a region to be feared. And Cole, we've said it so many times. This region is just so competitive.
Yeah. I mean, the talent's definitely stacked, and I think they're also just kind of spreading out that talent into a position in which they're becoming a whole lot more competent internationally. They're doing damage. They're making it to the second phases of majors, whereas you kind of look back at some of the other majors in the past, and they were easy 0-3 picks. They were easy outs for these teams. So it's a really cool little adjustment from these squads. So they definitely have a lot to be proud about. Again, coming fresh out the back of the major. I'm looking forward to seeing them in tip-top shape.
Yeah, let's go ahead and zoom on into our matchup, though, as we're talking about international appearances. Well, Case, at least the brand, has been able to head overseas, but kind of working in with a bit of a newer lineup here for themselves. It hasn't been the perfect season for them, but a big upset could come in the form as they are taking on Imperial tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you never know with these best of ones how things are going to pan out. So it could go either way. I've got high expectations that Imperial's still going to come through with some confidence. They've got a good history. They've got a good head-to-head versus this team in particular. And, so far, Case really haven't been doing too much winning here. They've really struggled here out of the gates, versus teams that maybe you would think this roster would be more confident again. They've split the difference, and obviously up against like some of the stronger teams, they've just been swept. So they've got another incredible challenge ahead of them here. That's going to be a little bit difficult, but again, those best of ones, and also the post-major blues can set in for Imperial, and it can be a bit of a different story than what we probably think is going to happen here.
Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, honestly, for Case, they're pretty far behind in the standings as well. Like, they need probably at least a single BO1 victory here tonight against Imperial. They need to pull a bit of an upset if they really want to keep their season hopes alive. They probably have these extra 2 games given to them by 9Z as they are traveling around for some of the biggest tournaments of the year. But the last opponent here for Case this season is going to be Red Canids. And that is also going to be a pretty difficult matchup here for Case. They have not gotten the better end of that team just yet. So we'll have to find out if Case can pull an upset here tonight to keep their season really strong, because there are a ton of other surprises that have already happened this season as well, with squads like 2Game even putting up numbers.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them out of the gates here for their first game of the season, and we weren't sure what to expect. But right now, with the current standings being that a lot of teams do actually make it into playoffs, they're finding themselves in a decent spot, which was probably one of the bigger surprises so far this season. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing if Case can put up a fight, because we have high expectations. And when you look at the roster, they've got some good pieces that you can kind of be excited about. We talk about it quite a bit whenever we cast this squad, but Snow is definitely one of those prospects, one of those up-and-coming talents that has probably got a little bit more time left to cook on Case here. But you could definitely see a world where in the future, if you do need a little bit of a firepower addition to your squad, you might be able to look to this young gun as someone who already has so many reps in the scene, challenging versus the top teams in South America. So it's a pretty exciting opportunity for him. And again, you want to see this guy succeed as the rest of cases as well.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go into game. I will say that Imperial do just have a bit of an unfair advantage when it comes to Young Guns, though. They have the coach in Zach behind them. As our first BO1's going to land ourselves onto Mirage. And Zach's so good at developing this young talent and definitely showed itself at the major. Descenti and No Way were perfectly fit in for that kind of competition. The pressure just simply did not get to them as they were able to far surpass expectations. We have a little knife round to decide which side we will be starting on. It looks like Imperial are going to pick up that knife round.
Yeah, I mean, good for them. They'll start off with a little bit of an extra advantage as well, but I 100% agree. I wouldn't have blamed this roster again for qualifying to the major and then maybe kind of showing that experience is definitely a factor. You have these newer players. They were playing on the biggest stage, or at least the biggest stage up until the major playoffs, right? But still like very high pressure environment. And they still succeeded into kind of form that you can really be proud about, especially Zach, who in a really cool interview was talking about how they need to prioritize, setting a good example for this young talent. And, so many times in the past, I think Zach has accomplished that goal.
Yeah, I mean, talk about teams like 9Z, and he was able to bring that squad to international levels that, that squad has never seen before. Imperial now have No Way and Descenti to work with, and Zach has seen a thing or two. I think a lot of people forget that he actually coached Immortals to that major final. Like, he is the second most accomplished Brazilian coach versus compared to someone like Zeus out there. Zeus with the W, of course. And maybe even a Peacemaker. He can probably, with this kind of major performance, maybe he even surpasses a person like Peacemaker. We'll have to see how this coming year shapes up for Imperial, but just promising talent compared to what has been recycled a lot here in Brazil. It is really, really nice to see the sort of fresh pickups doing well.
Yeah, we always have been talking about how important it is to prioritize some of that newer talent. So it's good to see that we get that out of the squad there. And again, the way that Zach is able to develop some of these guys is definitely impressive. So I feel like we've got a lot to be excited about here for the side of Imperial. And now you kind of look forward to, again, some of the younger players on the other side of things. And we already talked about that being a big advantage, but if you're Case, you actually, like you said, need closeout for some of these remaining games on the season. There's not a lot of runway left, especially if you want to avoid relegation, which is a big deal because the teams below them are Red Cannons, who have been waiting until the end of the season to play a lot of their games. They're going to be on for a bit of a marathon, and same for Pain. And these are two teams that you expect to be winning. So if you're looking at these rosters here, like you said, I think both of these matches are kind of necessary for Case to win, or else they're going to be in for a bit of a disappointing season.
Yeah, I mean, they've had some, exciting players for this Case lineup, especially Urbano has kind of, it's been an up and down performances from him, but you can see that there's some chances where he can take over maps. It's just the differences in consistency of these two teams and the ability to hit these kind of peaks. I mean, of course, every team here in South America has an incredible peak. Like, we can talk about the Fluxos of the world, and they're just the best team in South America on a good day. But it's about hitting consistency. It's about finding their strides. And Fluxo, in this season have had a lot of bumps in the road. No doubt. They feel like a bunch of matchups that they feel like they gotta have this one in the bag. It all falls apart. Even in the Yonchaping qualifiers, things getting a little bit complicated for them as well, that are just going on here. So, that's just a story for every single one of those teams. It's about who can be consistent. That's been Imperial. That's been a team like Pain Gaming as well. Who's going to join them?
Yeah, 100%. I do want to take some quick time to promote, of course, the ESEA season that is coming up, though.
Of course.
I will be playing in it. We've got IM Season 49. From an IM winner, I always encourage people to try and find a group to play with and sign up for the season. I think signups are getting ready to end pretty soon. So, you know, get in while the getting's hot and sign up for ESEA League this season. 49 while you still can. Get some friends, play out. It's a lot of fun to play some competitive CS as we hop into some competitive CS. Imperial versus Case here on Mirage. It is going to be Imperial starting off on that CT side. We'll see what they can get going here. Just an off-spawn A execute called out.
Yeah, it looks like we're just going to see 2 smokes go through, but Descenti able to fight in from Palace, now providing some extra problems in towards this A play. Even Henny around the smoke could get some damage in, but no kills. Urbano does come in through with 2, and that leaves No Way in spawn. Problem is, the bomb is still up towards A main. No Way, though, couldn't hit a headshot, and so it leaves it to Vinny. Now, Vinny's been a very strong individual as of late. I'll give him that. He's shown his stuff. Can he put it together in the clutch? He's actually snuck up out towards triple right now and finds 1-2. Oh, does he have a 1 versus 3 in him? He does. It's Vinny all the way. You know him.
I mean, exactly like you said, a step up in performance and a step up in the clutch. Absolutely absurd right there. Snuck his way on in all the way up towards the back of triple right there. And it was just unknown to Case, but he finds himself in a perfect position where he can line up a couple low HP bars, sure, but had to nail some of those quick headshots right there. And he sure does do it. I mean, for his squad right now. I mean, again, I feel like this guy has not only stepped up big time in like the individual output, but the calling improvement that we've seen throughout 2024 is so evident, and it's promising to see.
It's just having the full-on package here. He was such an impactful player over towards the major, too. Able to really deliver some moments for his team. And looking like a good cleanup from Imperial, as not really needing to fight for the sites. All these extremities players over towards mid got themselves a 2-on-4. And Riccioli unable to deliver versus Phelps. Just leaves Urbano. Strong player individually. And he needs to have a good day in the office, though. And Imperial looking relentless to start this one off.
Relentless. That guy's on La Rugineta. Or at least he was. Miss him. Nothing? No luck.
No luck here today.
I'll keep trying. You better not bring up Naz.
You mean I'll always do that? Are we just did we just throw in a decoy execute? Sorry, I just had to break the silence here. Look at that. Test your lineups.
It was a pretty good landing. That's
yeah.
If we were playing.
If it was a smoke, it would have hit.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right, so Descenti out in the middle of the open right now does make me feel a tad worried, as the full execute actually does come in. Imperial kind of playing off of the sites. Descenti looking to steal a kill and get out of dodge, and Yeps can barely get out with the bomb. Maybe they don't even need anyone to fight on the site proper, because all the smoke spam's getting the job done. But a bomb plate here stolen from Urbano, but nothing left to be said about that. Mission accomplished, though, for Case.
Cheeky and sneaky. Bit of a weird one. You got a couple P250s invested. You've got a lot of utility, right? Or at least a lot of smokes. You throw the full A execute that you would do on like a gun round or a half buy.
Okay.
But you only have like Glocks and P250s without armor. So the big goal was obviously just to punch in those digits, but it's just an interesting kind of round there. You don't oftentimes see like that amount of commitment and utility without the pistols to back it up. Either way.
Also want to notice about Imperial's playstyle. They are very mid-centric right now. I was going to say not really focusing too much on the extremities. This round's a little switch up with Henny posted up in the apartments. Like, the initial game plan here for Case is to try and punish that, but just, you know, we just got A executes over and over again, but they can't get past the smoke spam, which is the funniest part.
Or just a lot of early damage. They also can't get past a lot of this like mid control. You want to throw an A execute, but their reactions are so quick from Imperial because they have no fear of middle at all. And they really haven't felt that fear throughout the entirety of this half. You're seeing Vinny now go out on a little bit of a mission here to claim some control. Did you just throw Palace Smoke? Oh my god, I did. Just throw Palace Smoke from Catwalk.
Oh, but
you lose a player.
Yeah, Descenti going for the big swing and actually will get punished for once. Case actually gets some headway with this initial kill. Snow continuing to push forward, still gets dropped by No Way, leaving us into a 3 versus 4. And a plant will come through for Case. Question is here for Imperial, do you go for it? And it's not looking likely. The clean entry was good enough.
I mean, that's quite nice right there. You have Vinny who's sticking around. He's got a kit. No smoke, though. And kind of a feeling that he's hanging about here. Really interesting setup. Another player drops as well. We don't see, again, a lot of, like, mid-control. You see the confidence from Vinny to throw that smoke from Catwalk, but then they still kind of play passive on Cat. It's like, you knew nobody was there, so you throw that smoke, but then you're still kind of scared that someone's there. And so what I was just saying was, because of the amount of mid-control that Imperial take just about every round, usually you have very quick rotates towards that A site, but this time they don't have that luxury.
Yeah, that early B lean kind of costs a lot of resources in that front. Kind of left only No Way towards stairs to face a full execute after Descenti gets annihilated on the entry, to which you have to give credit to Snow. So at least some strong individual play there from Case, and the game plan of just battering that A site every single one of these rounds finally pays some dividends. Now, Henny has had enough of the B site, and he says, finally, if you guys want to keep hitting the A site, fine, I'll be here. That's a nifty little Palace Smoke.
Give you something to walk into.
They've got a lineup for every single part of the map for Palace.
What they do. They really like their Palace Smokes. It's like you always recycle the monster smoke, but they just keep on recycling Palace Smokes here. Double up the connector, spotted out by Riccioli.
Saw two.
But there's multiple members here. They're still looking to fight forward, and they're losing out on these exchanges.
I mean, No Way will fall. Did he? I'm not sure the realization of 2 players. Close Con is here, and Descenti just walks through the smoke for a double, even sees the next. And RCF needs to be focused too much on top stairs. That's where Henny feasts, and that's where Imperial walk up to 4.
Easy does it right there. Good hopping in the late stage. Beautiful work from Henny. Decency just holding on. It's relative ease right there. Got a timeout finally called out from Case. They're gonna have to put a brief pause in the action. They do have a little bit of mid control in their split, but they really struggle to work up much of connector there.
Yeah, as well just Decency able to double up from jungle. He walks through the smoke. Wondering what you can call a timeout about. It's kind of a little lack of diligence there from Case. I mean, obviously, with jungle smoked, you don't really think about it too much, and that's That's what makes it a bit of an unexpected play. That's what makes it a strong play coming out from Vicente. So, see if anything switches up for now. Henny gets himself up early, quickly, and RCF not respecting that. Quick early play for Imperial.
So done right there. Henny ends off that last round strong. He starts off the next. And they're going to try for a different approach here. Faster B play, but I mean, look at the setup here already. Phelps ready with that utility.
Oh, and the off angle for Vinny. Not even going to fire at the first player. Instead, Vinny takes his sweet time and almost doubles up. And, well, at this point, there are just too many players, too many bodies on the scene. And Yeps doesn't even want to wait around. He's not going to drag this one for much longer. Imperial are going to thunder stomp their way up to 5 rounds. As it is just so aggressive. Multiple players jumping top ban. And Noe's out of ammo here. He's going to get punished for that.
Peek with the reload. All good, though. No big deal.
The Exner van jump hit there by Vicente.
He's got that Exner bumper sticker going on. Good movement.
What are those
right
dropping?
there.
What are those dropping, Cole?
Merch drop. It's a good idea. Now you're thinking money right there. I like that idea.
Keep making funny jokes on broadcast. Eventually you'll gain tons of fans.
We'll just end up doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah, I think that's might be a better gig than trying to sell merch doing CS, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, probably right. Hey, but those stickers do pretty good in game. Only I could get an Exner sticker in game somehow.
Just qualify for a major.
That's hard.
Cole, you're about to hit your mid-20s. It's a little late for that. Flying out towards the A site, though. Snow, you know, he's 16 years old. He's still got that pep in his step. Quick entry and a 4-on-4 post plant, even pushing further in towards spawn. Look at this. 3 Tech 9s, hugging the wall, close around the corner. This is going to get brutal as Phelps gets a perfect flashbang through it, but he can't beat RCF. Time starting to tick as that smoke fades. And well, eventually Riccioli does fall and the overextensions start to ring through. Just leaving Yeps inside of Palace. Smoke kit for the defuse. Here we go. For Henny, Yeps will hit a nice one onto Decenti, but quickly traded out by Henny. And there you have it. 6-1 right now for Imperial.
Nicely done on the retake right there. A little bit scary. Gets a little bit down to the wire. But they do hold their own nonetheless and stabilize in the post plant. So that's good news. Yep's giving it his best effort, but unable to hold off against all those rifles. Hey, all I'm saying though, there's still a chance. Jax, he got his big move up when he was 26, so you know, I just gotta get my nose to the grindstone for these next 2 years.
I mean, Mutiras got to his first major when he was...
yeah, what are we talking about? What are we talking about here?
I mean, hey,
Come on now.
I'm not a... I totally didn't
work.
make a tweet about that. No. I'm not a hypocrite.
Gotta hit the DMs.
Just another full-blown A execute. Like, this is the game plan that they want. Imperial want to play this type of Counter-Strike. They're consistently leaving this A site open, and for good reason. Again, the smoke spam is just so good. They get a kill. Snow staggers into CT spawn. But the timer is against Imperial.
Post plants are a lot better here. It's so awkward in trying to constantly play these retake situations, but maybe they can consistently make it happen here. Snow blinded up. Oh my goodness. There's not a chance in this world he gets away with anything. But again, bombs past have tick now.
Yeah, that's a problem. And the shots just aren't connecting right now. 1 versus 2 remaining here for Henny. And the trades arrive from Yeps. I think just a couple of missed shots there for Imperial. And that will get Case their second round.
And it does. Nicely done right there, holding off in the 3v5. Really good initial steps in that retake to find the first kill before the bomb even goes down, and then to take that CT spawn control. But you can definitely tell how difficult it is to crack all the way through on those retakes when you actually do establish yourself a decent post plants. by no means is it easy. So the game plan here for Imperial kind of settles down for a little bit here. And Case just keep on attacking that A side here over and over and over again.
It's honestly just gotten annoying. Like, no one really wants to anchor the site here for Imperial. Like, the game plan can work. Just finally doesn't punish. Now, if I'm RCF, I don't want to be entering with the op. Snow will quickly refrag that, but look at this. Shooting at toes here for Descenti. Eventually, he meets the real deal. And Snow will collect the double kill. Annie, though, has something to say. Quickly sidelined, though, Aritioli. And inside of Connector, he's pinned. And he's down to 13, but Urbano will pick up the remaining 2 kills. Case, great buy.
Yeah, I think got caught on a little bit of awkward timing. They were boosting on top of those bricks, but it also allowed for one to sneak their way on into Connector in some form or fashion, catching an op off guard, finding that success. Snow with a couple of big kills. One was great on the trade, but finding that second kill completely disrupts that setup. We're going to see a recovery in this half here from Case. Look at how quickly they're going to answer back here. Finally collapsing that economy. Full USPs out. And a real chance to give him something to be excited about on this T side already.
Oh my goodness, it starts off through the smoke. I just hear 2 dings come through the smoke off of Henny's USB, but the rest of Imperial will feel some punishment. Don't think there's any more to give out of this one. They can't pick up the guns that they dropped, so at least a 4th round here for Case. They've broken the CT side money. Starting to work back up that ladder.
They got something to be excited about in this half here. Close off incredibly strong. Just a couple more rounds on the board. Saving onto those USPs here for Imperial. Terrorists win. Go for a kill. Let's see here, Phelps. Just post it up. Not too interested in hunting down those exits. Don't want to give over that extra $300. That's min-maxing right there if I've ever seen it. We'll get back into the gun rounds once again. I think if you're Imperial, you kind of want to slow down Case's roll right now. They're on a bit of a streak here, and you don't want to let that streak continue into that second half, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think here for Imperial, I mean, they're starting to switch up the game plans. If you're going to keep executing onto this A site, we're going to have some problems. And a perfect swing from No Way. Question is, does he see 2 players in towards Palace? Therefore, yes, that could be critical information, but considering no reaction from Case, might not be what they're looking for here. We're just going to sit pretty 4 on 5. There is 1 player to try and re-clear Palace while No Way does battle on the A site. Oh, but there's the Senti. RCF will walk forward on the angle and hit a headshot, but with the Senti still in Palace, will be quite the thorn in the side. Problem is, Henny still out towards stairs and will be able to pick up his duel. Urbano almost gets a straight wall bang, but 2 HP. Can't be anywhere in that solar system of the grenade, and Descenti will make his move preemptively. Imperial will step back on the accelerator.
A lot better when you're able to have some more space. When you're able to play a retake on that A side, but have Palace control and a couple of kills, maybe a man advantage as well, it becomes a whole lot more easy than when you're just trying to flood through jungle. When you're trying to flood through CT spawn. Well done from Imperial there. Changing things up just a little bit in a fashion in which I kind of think they needed a change. See if they can claim one extra. Already closed out a winning half here. They want more. They want to close off strong. See what they do to get there.
I like changing game plan here from Imperial. And a missed smoke towards window could... Yeah, you have 2 players forward. This time around, same thing's not going to be happening. Double palace swing on the run back, but there's another serious problem as 3 players go down in middle. What just happened here? Phelps, I think he spammed 2 through the smoke, and then the third swing in top mid goes down easy. RZF will at least pick up onto Phelps, and then the second onto Henny, and that has made this round a whole lot more complicated.
What on earth is going on here? Vinny up against the timer here. Yeps right now. Expect him to be hanging about in apartments. And a bit of cat and mouse. It's all a game of timing right now.
Oh, he needs to look right. He needs to check his right. Neither player do. The gun!
Barrel. Oh,
but his teammate saw it for him. And Vinny should be toast. He might be able to escape. He does. He gets not quite around the corner in time. Oh, the shot's not great, but Vinny goes down. And so that'll make 7-5. It's fun. It's good. We're off to a break, though. A non-stop barrage of the A site is all that Case could bring to the table, but it got them 5 rounds consistently. They wanted to play Imperial's game, and, well, they did in that regards. Can they at least deliver something on the CT side? They need an upset to keep their season going. And Riccioli back triple could provide some support to that. A good opener with the P2K, and then a second, and still standing as well. This pistol round falls flat for Imperial, as we might see Case get off to a roaring start in the second half.
Yeah, quickly close that scoreline out with the pistol round. No troubles getting past this one. Decent T. He's going to mosey his way on out of here. Try a different approach. Try again next time. This A side has just been a target throughout the entirety of this game. Into the second half. Funny little trend we've been seeing. Let's go A just about every round for both of these teams. See if that keeps up here. We'll see if Imperial want to continue to test that. This time it didn't go right, but nothing given. ECT not giving an inch here. RCF eventually going to be able to stick out and take the kill.
Yeah, it's Riccioli back of triple. That puts in most of the work there with the P2K. Just a lot of backs turned. I'm wondering if Imperial had a set image in their mind of what that pistol round was going to look like. But perhaps it's Case shaking up the dice jar. And landing on all sorts of numbers. Imperial with just a couple of Glocks. and it's one P250 for RCF. That probably did better work than an MP9 there. Not going to lie, Cole. 7 rounds is where both teams stand.
Goodness gracious right there. Just blasted him. The P250. He has a sidearm too, but he does a whole lot more. Now we hop into the first gun round. RCF gets himself an op out of the gates. We'll be excited about that one. The rest of the roster is kind of in a bit of an interesting bonus, so more pressure put on RCF to deliver on the impact. Make the job of those MP9s a little easier.
We have more so of a mid default, but a classic underpass peek with the flashbang. But Phelps was not blinded by it. He turned it for Urbano swung. Good awareness there. You know, a second point for that underpass flashbang as well. The players in underpass can hear the pin being pulled. And Phelps with just that extra level of awareness. Have a little boost action, and Snow, oh, he got stuck out in the open, out of ammunition. Nowhere to run. And a 3v5.
It's a great startup against this investment. You have an op in place still. RCF still called upon, but he just might not be able to pop a shot off here at this point. There he goes, finally a chance, but a miss. That's always nightmare fuel for the first gun round. It's not only does your investment kind of go sour there at the end of the day, but it also is just taken and now it can be used against you.
It is. That's a brutal first gun round here for Case. You know what's funny is I actually saw that exact flashbang for that underpass swing on a Nart Out Here tips and tricks video. So
Shout out Nart.
I'm not saying anything, but Nart, you might have some viewers in the audience, or at least not in the audience, but in the server. Here for Case. Oh no, as Riccioli will also lose his gun. It gets even worse here for Case. That's a hiccup to start the second half.
To deliver here out of the gates. It's good news. It's good news here for Imperial. They needed to slow down a little bit of Aces come back into this. That they should be able to do. Extend their lead a little bit further given the purchase here. Everyone's taking your advice though. P250 is all abound instead of those Zeuses.
Thank God. That nade's gonna... Never needed to fire a bullet on that one, and... Oh, then Henny got brought in. Just some tracking practice for Away as Phelps will finish up the last. Credit to Case for keeping it quick. But it is 9 rounds to Imperial, and maybe you got to start trying to win every single round out from this point. I mean, it really does have to start here, as you're already, feeling on the back foot losing these last 2.
Another gun round at least, though. That's a nice way to start things off. Big entry right there rolling on out. And we've got Phelps dancing around the smoke, but another kill comes through. That really holding on to this A side early.
No
dealing with that, and Vinny's just been mollied off by his teammates.
I mean, that was a huge win condition. Vinny is going to make his move in towards ladder. Oh, he has no idea just yet, as he will fly up the ladder eventually to take down Snow. This op of Henny has got to do tons of work. He does see a shoulder, so does get a shot, a headshot no less, onto Urbano, and he gets past RCF. Problem is, 2 B defenders here. I don't think Yeps is going to be swinging anytime soon. He'll peek off his teammate's contact, and easy kills. Kesar starting to roll back into it. Maybe a couple oopsies towards ARM.
That get a little bit aggressive. And lose both of those players. It makes the job a little bit easier there for Case to handle the rest of that map control. Definitely feeling strong out of the gates here. Keep on up. I love this boost. Anything to start you off with a little bit of an extra advantage.
No one getting inquisitive over here. Okay, so that boost won't find anything. And with no one really peeking in connector, it does let Phelps get established under window where he wants to be. Question is, what's going to make Imperial start their next move? I think that's it right there. Mid control to be established. Ooh, okay. Urbano was trying to play some fun games around that smoke. He instantly gets headshotted. And that splits the map in 2. Imperial gonna start a split. Do you get this map control? But look at this move from Riccioli. Bottom connector right now. Will be able to pick up onto Phelps. Can he get activated in time to save Snow? Or can Snow just save himself? Back at the site, still repositioning. Staying so active. Helped out by RCF. Back on market. Was that enough is the question, though. As walking up from Cat, can't stop the planter, though. So now we're into the 1v1, and RCF misses the shot. The Senti will capitalize. Mania on B.
Oh my god, that's just pandemonium right there. You can see the spam coming through, trying to get him off the bomb plant. He just sticks it right in their face. And then closes out the round. Up against the op that just whizzes right by him right there. No fear in so many of these players here, especially Snow, holding his own, finding himself a multi-kill. You can definitely see that this guy experienced beyond his years. We got a force buy. This is all in from Case. They're going all in on this investment. Look at this position from Phelps.
Phelps is in a great position right now as he spins back for the quick 2 kills. Is there a refrag attempt? Does anyone want to keep throwing themselves into the blender? 5-7 will rattle off a couple shots, but Case are reeling.
Feeling the heat. Losses big time here. Still kind of have a bit of a setup that could work well for them. Snow is on the right bomb site, sticking his head up. Give him a whack-a-mole, and he wins it.
I'm worried about Henny's position right now. He's too far isolated from his team to have impact in this round. He needs to find a way to get that AWP activated, and that will have to take some risks. He has to start walking into pistols here. Bottom mid, and well, he got an opportunity, but can't connect on the shot right there.
Then you wonder what they're waiting for here. What's going to queue up the next stage of aggression here? Is it really going to be your op moving in connector that's going to take your next point of contact? That wouldn't be the best of game plans. With 20 seconds left, there's no other option. You've just got to make a move. They're still waiting for re-aggression. It's not going to come through. And Henny starts to get a little bit anxious.
Oleander Palos with such little time remaining. Up the ladder he goes. Descenti does get such an impactful entry. And Henny playing cat and mouse with Riccioli here. The Tech 9 could be enough to lock it up. Yeps is going to forego the op and just stick with the 5-7. He's going to try and go for this for his team. I mean, I respect it, but it's going to be tough to start this clutch. And Descenti, instant headshot on that one. It'll be 11-8. As Imperial, they best of 4 spy here from Case. That could bring curtains down on this map.
Starting to feel more and more like it here. Because right now, I mean, you've got very limited chances. I mean, this is a full eco, obviously, but then you have no room for error at this point. SPs are out. Hoping you can do some decent damage with this. But afterwards, you're probably just going to need to gather yourself 4 in a row. Try and take it into OT here.
Uh-oh.
Alright. Miss window smoke.
Yeah, what you see was what you get.
See?
Ooh, Vinny. Oh, sees a leg. Tough beats. That court just doesn't work. You have to, like, stare into the wall as Vinny will check it. No Way is about to test a 4-man B site. Let's see an awesome 1 versus 4. He's a player who's actually, like, very capable of just hitting all the headshots, but not today. I mean, Imperial are coming back in for the kills. Yeah, Henny says, all right, I've had enough fun here. And off to A we go.
It's a bit pricey. AKs are given over. I don't really like that small lack of discipline, but hey. Round's going to be secured, and again, they're going to have themselves plenty of room to try and close this out. Still, though, decent little bit of extra work here done by Yeps.
But you gotta win the map off the back of these AKs somehow. Like, it's gotta happen somewhere on the map. Because these last couples, I mean, Imperial, it's gotten awkward. Like, it's gotten maybe a bit ahead of themselves in certain situations. Down to the wire with, like, 15 seconds. But now it's, now Case actually have to capitalize on some of these messier rounds. They have to thrive in some chaos to get 4 in a row to stay alive in Mirage.
See, they got that in them. Gotta play flawless from this point up against a team that is already shown to be a titan. Op out of the gate. And he diving into the fight. You're looking for an opening, and it whizzes by them. They're flying up towards middle as well.
They're trying to take the space back, but, you know, it's Henny on an AWP, but can't convert the kill, and then immediately Descenti and Vinny answer back. This could get even worse as the smokes begin to fade. Henny, not even needed. It's the molly that does it for Descenti. That leaves a 2 versus 3, and Riccioli about to get uppercutted. Oh, Phelps with the poltergeist peak. Pops out of nowhere. Like a ghost. 1v3 for RCF.
And, I mean, RCF just being completely bamboozled as well. Makes the rotation over towards that A side. That flash comes through. Towards CT spawn. It's being sold. He's being sold. Just the last thing you gotta do is bring that bomb in B. What is going on? Now you got utility over towards that B side and bomb heading towards A.
Oh my.
Okay, we just cleared out B. We just cleared out B. Bring it on
Henny,
back up cap maybe.
I mean, RCF can't make up his mind either. That's the problem. And as the molly does touch down to the spawn, he can't get in front of it.
Jeez.
It's I mean, hey, when you get to this point, when you're in a 1 versus 3, it's hard to make up your mind, as Imperial will take our first best of 1 here, Cole. As we expected, it did start to get out of hand, but once they get things going on their T side, once they really start moving with the strong entry prowess, it's more of what we expect.
Yeah, don't really look back at that. This is a team that lost that second pistol, and they get their guns out on that T side. They just shut it down there. What is interesting is we did see a lot of good ideas, a decent first half from the side of Case, where you got to give them a little bit of credit. You know, A executes were strong. They had some entries to back it up, some good individual moments. But Imperial definitely showing their depth there when they still kind of make that game look a little bit easy, despite Case showing a lot of good signs.
Yeah, I think it was some round-around consistency just in the overall tactics there from Imperial. Even on that T side, Imperial were dominating the opening kills. They had 9. The opening kills were 9-3, even though the half split down 7-5. And I think of some of those post-plant situations, if Imperial just connected an extra kill, that half could have been so much worse. There were just some timings hit, maybe some fortune favoring Case, and I think the consistency really delivered itself in that second half.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the case. You got a lot to be excited about there. If you're Imperial showing that consistency, you got to be happy with that. And again, you know, for Case, the strength is good, but as we said, you kind of need a win here. So they're going to have to do that in that second best of 1 and try and recover here of what is already up against a tough team.
Yeah, let's see if we can shake up the veto, revamp it a little bit, and if Case can get back onto their feet here, because, look, they're playing against probably what some would consider the best Brazilian team right now. And, I mean, they still maintained competition. They stayed competitive, but competitive doesn't get you wins. You need to close it down. Let's see if they can do that after a break. So Challenger South America is back on board. We got Imperial taking our first best of one over there on Mirage. They're looking crispy with it, I will say. It takes a little bit of round by round consistency, maybe some hiccups individually speaking, but it always is good to see that a caliber squad like Imperial is able to put it together no matter how they're feeling on the day.
Yeah, just pretty sharp stuff coming through out of Imperial throughout the entirety of that first map. I love the consistency that they brought. They stuck to their game plans as well. A lot of retake-centric counter-strikes, some really good calling in that second half. Makes the job pretty easy once that second half comes around. And then again, more to look forward to here as they play out this next best of one, already fielding some of that success.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just to kind of point a stat that says like Imperial playing the better overall CS, they had 15 opening kills to the 6 of Case, and it was Case who were actually just playing behind throughout that entire map. So I mean, looking at our player to watch over here, Decenti really stepped up. I believe he had 8 multi kills to wrap up that series, just really having a really strong time, getting close to $100 there as well.
Yeah, I mean, like we were saying, I think the full team effort was definitely there, but you got to give some credit to some of the individual stardom that has put them into one of the better teams in the region. So, obviously really good performance out of him. He's got a lot to be happy about, as does the rest of Imperial here. It's good throughout it. We saw some excellent opping out of Henny that I was really enjoying. Just consistency, good ability to multi-frag. He was landing some, easy shots that you would kind of expect from him, but always in the right position to be involved in the action. So overall, if you're on the side of Imperial, you're coming into this one with a lot of confidence. Now all you have to do is close out another game of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, and that game of Counter-Strike, if we have a veto prepped and ready to go, kind of lands on a bit of an awkward map between these two teams. Imperial, with the opportunity to bring it into Overpass, said, nah, let's rock with Vertigo instead, which is a bit of a curveball for sure in this team, but they're not necessarily one to stick with comfort. Rather, they're just here to say, hey, we're the better team.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've actually seen it. I was just checking about the history here of Case coming through from their department, but at least on Overpass, and so they're probably a little bit glad that they can avoid that. Meanwhile, Imperial taking on some of the better teams in the world entirely on this map and having some success, but of course, struggling up against some of the really strong rosters, struggling up against Vitality. It's really impressive what this team still able to do, though. Like T sides again have still been really strong for this squad up against international competition. So I was surprised to see. I'm right there with you. I'm surprised to see it go into Vertigo as opposed to what I thought was going to be the case. But we'll see if that reroute comes through, what the game plan is going to be for this squad, because it definitely opens up the door for a little bit more of upset potential when you get into the unknowns.
Yeah, I mean, this team just got to be a whole lot more confident than their opponents in Case. I think in their minds, they can play any map right now off the back of this major performance and how well that they've been playing already, that they don't necessarily need to pick into some sort of weakness or strength necessarily. It's all in their mind of what they think is the best one, because I don't think they're like, oh yeah, let's look at how well we've done on the sheet, pull out the clipboard with all the win-loss records. It's just the internalized, this is the work that we put in, this is the results that we should be getting. And so I'm not going to argue that Imperial have made some sort of wrong decision picking this map of Vertigo. It's how they're feeling on the day.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it's the worst of decisions here, because again, you kind of get to avoid what is a strong suit for Case. They would have liked to go into Overpass, I feel like, and instead you're kind of forcing them into uncomfortable territory. And your team, at least on Imperial side of things, is a roster that has been able to really work and succeed in all aspects on a lot of maps. So I don't think they're going to be too scared. I think playing with confidence is going to be key. This is a roster that you should be beating. I think that this is a roster that they have a high chance of closing out, even if it is going to be a map that both teams are kind of iffy on.
Yeah, even though Imperial not on a 100% on the day. We still were able to get some moments. We got a cute little Vinny 1 versus 3 in the mix. We're
Yeah.
getting some triple kills. I think Phelps is, not necessarily hitting bangers right there, but positionally, he's playing exceptionally well there in the mix. So even though you can say that this team is not 100%, there are still tons of small moments and good positioning, just good fundamental Counter-Strike here from Imperial.
Yeah, I 100% agree. That's what they've kind of lived on here. That's what they use to get us more spots at the major. Shout out to them. So that's always good to see here, and all of the hard work is really paying off. I have high expectations beyond like just doing good work here in this season of Challenger League. I want them to kind of expand into like what we saw at the major. I want them to keep it up here and be a team that consistently is making it to the point. I mean, again, like all of these rosters are fielding like big time improvements in the world ranking by making that deep run in the majors. So at some point we're going to start seeing these teams get more and more common in like the international stage, and that's a really exciting prospect for these squads.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Imperial are going to Pro League already. They made it through the South America qualifier. Like these are just trying to get their competitive reps. They don't want to pull some that other teams.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the case there. They want to keep their competitive edge up as well. As we can see, the Man of last match out of the gate here, already succeeding. Great counter flashes coming through here, and it kind of scares off the aggression. They are left at bay right now. Continued flashes rolling on in, and they're able to avoid it. Bomb is being planted. They deny it though instantly. They're not able to punch in the digits.
Denied. Yeah, Riccioli trying to get some angles in, but immediately dealt with. No way. Looking scary.
Absolutely. RCF taking some pop shots here to try and save it, but no luck. Pistol goes in the favor here of Imperial very early on, and he'll be looking forward to carrying forward that success here into the gun rounds and into this map here as well. Interesting decision. Surprised to see him go for that bomb plant like that, because it is pretty easy to hear and then deny, but either way, go for a bit of a risk. Doesn't pan out, not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, when you do go for the plant like that, it is just saying like, my team can't really take the site. I would err on the side of saying a tad preemptive, but if it's the plan, it's the plan. You don't deviate from the plan. I think we might be seeing a double boost up here. At least there could be some thoughts about it, but Case are going to go ahead and make some noise elsewhere. I think noise is it might be all that they're making on the side of the map. 2M4 is holding the lines. And this should be an old classic eco mowdown. USB's even out. The flashbang's not great. Noe got some yapping to do after that one, but
come on, man. Why'd you flash me?
Almost got that one over to Vinny, but no good.
We need a little bit more hustle out of Henny right there. Toss it again. Throw that gun twice over. You can get that there. He's blinding up his teammates. It's all good though. I'll give him the pass, and I don't think Imperial are too concerned.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Only losing a single kill of the full ecos, but just a little funny moment. Now Snow, after some funny business, inside of the smoke, he has a flash over and a wide swing. Henny, I'm back, but look at the angle taken there by Snow. Keeps himself hidden from sandbags. He won't be able to escape no way, but still a kill nevertheless. Mono might also look for a duel, and he threads the headshot, only getting dinked. Weapon advantage working wonders. Vinny could be another victim, but ooh, that has certainly been seen. Is Vinny going to go for wall bangs here? Does he feel like it? At one point, you might consider going for it. In the meantime, though, just let Riccioli just walk up and hand a headshot out. But that bomb still is yet to get planted.
Trying to get the side access there. Finally able to start the bomb plant. Activating the post. And get out safely. Not taking a point of damage either. And so into a 2v3, the big advantage is that Urbano is down low. But outside of that here, it's a tough retake effort here coming through from Imperial. Not a lot going in their favor.
Yeah, this headshot box's position got to put in some real work for Phelps. As the wide swing for Urbano will get handled, but without a kit, this is going to be a few extra steps to the save here for Phelps. And so, Urbano breaking things open here for Case. And they'll get their first round.
This is done. Able to punish a bit of a accidental setup there on A. It wasn't largely, I would say more so impressive from Case with how they started that round off. I love that angle like you had mentioned to deal with sandbags. Get yourself in that position in which you don't really expect to have to deal with. Good looks. Case as soon as they get the weaponry out. Flying back up ramp though again here. They're going to get a lot more utility and feel the brunt of this A-hold here. It is a man advantage manufactured.
Hey, every time these A-ramp duels going to make you hold on to your hats and flashes, smokes. Case will feel the worst end of that. And then off the back of it, there's a little boost action that catches Riccioli. Got a brutal 2 versus 4. I mean, that's some of the fun parts about this map. That early ramp fight, play-by-play's dream. Urbano trying to make me talk a little bit more on the B site, tossing in a whole boatload of utility, and he gets a second! Urbano's playing a hell of a map right now in these opening 4 rounds. He's gotten his team back into it.
Big time here. Flash just line up here to get activated for No Way. But they're already in post plans. They've already established themselves into great positioning here between the duo.
No kits as well. No kits again. No, No Way did have 1,400 in his back pocket. He will drop a smoke onto the bomb. But it's going to have to be 10 seconds. They have to go for kills. And, well, they might be getting it. No Way does win his duel onto Yeps. The defuse does need to start up. Urbano runs through another smoke, though. And No Way will cover for Vinny. A quad kill. To salvage Imperial out of that one.
Just saved it big time right there for No Way. 4v2. No Way largely responsible for getting him to that position. And then having the backup right there. Having the shots to close it out. You could tell there was a bit of a communication breakdown as well between Vinny and No Way, because both of them tried to get on the bomb. I feel like it definitely should have been No Way to get onto it because he was lower. But he still lands the kills despite the low HP. Catching him gray screened outside of that smoke. Good looks. Again. This bomb play is going to keep the purchasing power up here for Case, and they'll look to keep that intensity on towards middle.
It's going to be fast, but Phelps does dodge the flashbang. Can he dodge this Mach 10 flying at him at Mach 10? Yep, though running out of ammo. And then, well, Vinny closes up with a double kill. And the pace might have gotten ahead of Case. At this point, 2 versus 4, Urbano can't deliver the same magic as Decenti shows up with 3.
Excellent work there in the lockdown. Keeping things going well for Imperial on this defense here. Slowing down. Just that one hiccup on the A side is all, and I feel like they've already found such great answers for how they want to hold off this A side already.
And I mean, Now we're gonna see another A-site play and just a rain of utility, but what on earth did RCF just do?
Oh
He got a third! What has just happened? One-man army up the ramp, a P250 armor is all he needs.
Wow. That is gonna set a sour note right there. Save call has to be made. RCF does it all on his own. Definitely a player capable of delivering these insane X-Factor rounds, but that's a step way farther than what we'd expect. There goes a half buy, converted with ease. 3 guns picked up off the back of it as well. A dream round for Case to kind of lift off earlier than they might have expected.
What? I'm struggling to think. I believe a couple players did not have head armor, at least the first target towards that sandbag's position, but that's the last thing I expected out of that round. Why do I feel like the oppers that I see here in CS2, every other weapon seems to be better for them. You don't see any op highlights these days. I guess RCF follows that, if what I'm saying is true.
At least we still have Monesi.
I mean, Wonderful is looking clean with it as well. I'll give him that.
True. That's a good point. But
There just hasn't been the same level of flashy opping that we saw like ago.
Yeah, I mean, even like Wonderful's rifle, Brokey's rifle, all of those have been actually delivering a lot of highlights as well.
Oh, the op just feels slow. Some players gotta be quick with it. Away, going for some jump peaks here. HG sails a bit deep as Case are closing the distance and fast. They're putting a lot of emphasis over here towards ramp. Does call in a 3-man defense. HG's gonna be on the money. Riccioli just falls back in time. And now the full-blown execute. Phelps is gonna play around these smokes, more so sacrificing himself. However, you know, as these kills come down on B, there's still these last 2 players on A. They can deny the plant. Yep's planting inside of the smoke here, but he gets it down beneath him. And he sneaks away into spawn. Yep's, what an outplay. Just leaving No Way in the 1 versus 1 now. Closing it on Turabano and needs the headshot, and he'll get it just barely. Grit your teeth into the clutch. Yeah, No Way's like, how did I get that?
I got Grace right there. I just couldn't get shot. He was matrixing those bullets right there, dodging them out. And ends up converting. That's a big save coming through right there. Imperial going to be happy that they still close that round up, but Case putting a threat on them in the clutch in the 1v1. Putting a real scare on this Imperial squad. You have to keep up the success. You have to keep up the rounds converted. I mean, again, I feel like the biggest factor for like Case's big run was figuring out a way to capture that economy. Oh, that ladder, that was a noise. That was a sound cue.
That was another noise.
Couple of noises being made. I think Yep's probably know better than to turn that corner, but maybe he'll give it a go. Phelps might chase him though. At this point, it's a tough fight either way for him. We'll just keep eyes for now.
I think Phelps knows what kind of angle Yeps is holding here. He might have the discipline. As the utility gets pulled, Phelps puts himself into the right position to swing. And there's a one-way street only for Case. They can't leave. At least in their minds, they can't. But it just gets even worse. Pit in your stomach here as you have to try and hit this A site. And your opponents know with absolute conviction exactly where you are. Look at this. They're just walking forward behind a smoke. And as the curtain drops, there's about to be a massacre. At least you think. But Case answer back with 2. No way is he going to look for extras on this one. This is looking like a gimme round, but it's quickly swung.
Quickly swing towards the opposite side of the map as well. B side is going to be claimed. It's probably going to be beaten by this T side, especially as they speed up here. A lot quicker now. Utility rains on in from RCF. Good execution power here. And that's the wake-up call. Decency looking to actually save this one. He's going all in.
Oh!
He's going to find both. He gets all 3 as well. Oh, no, that's Phelps that finishes. But, oh, my God. He quickly decides to end that round before his teammates are even involved.
That is so insane. But he knows if he gets 1, he can stop the bomb planter. But almost a Luna. I mean, you can go with that reasoning, but it's still so risky. Lunatic play, but who else to pull it off? But Decency. And that is going to sting for Case. Now the walkout. And an instant headshot from Decency. Now it's confidence. Now it's just confidence. Look who's already flanking as well. Phelps has just decided to not wait any longer. Push through middle. Swing his sights back towards ramp. Let's eat a dig. And this actually gets a little bit more complicated than he's liked. I'm out of here. He's on a wild goose chase right now. They're chasing him.
He made it.
They're chasing him around. They don't know where he's gone.
Where is he? Where is he?
Oh my goodness, he'll go back up the ladder, but no way, just reassumes the position. Like, what is going on down in the bottom of Vertigo right now? What's happening on the 50th floor?
Madness. Pandemonium. And like you said, most of all, confidence here. Imperial, as they have some fun with it. They will claim themselves a 7th. Deal with that eco without taking too many casualties. 1 less than Case would have liked. Got it again here. Flashes line in. Player already up his title, looking to get into action here.
Uh-oh.
He's quick. Snow could get some big impact.
He's gonna try and find it, but he didn't complete the kill.
What?
He thought he might have hit the headshot or something, and
Feels
that
like
allows
another.
no way to get a double.
Wow.
And it gets even worse as mid gets wiped clean. And Case, they're getting chances, but they cannot secure them. And there's any. Then there's another boost here. Yeps. We'll just sneak, slink underneath it, but Penny's not going to wait for much longer. Imperial are stomping over Case right now.
So they assert their dominance at the moment. This is a incredibly challenging team to take on here. You can see why. What do you do to stop? Steamroll here. Not too interested in calling too many timeouts here on the side of A side. They just want to keep on running into the brick walls, it feels like.
And that leaves Vinny. He's going to be in some trouble, though. Back of quad. Oh, good. He got a headshot out of it, which is unbelievable. And, I mean, that one kill is sometimes all you need to get yourself into this. As the long-range kills start to ring through. As Decency is multi-killing in every single facet. It was cool. They got ground, but they didn't get much else than that. And Urbano will quickly get traded. It is 9-2 here, Cole. I think Imperial just playing every facet of this map so well.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the case. We talked about, maybe slight concerns as this isn't, like, the most dominant territory for them as a squad, but they're still playing, like, a dominant roster right now. No fear in the server whatsoever. They've got themselves a healthy lead. Have plenty of opportunities to bolster it.
It's the two young guns stepping up for Imperial today. I mean, no way towards this ramp. The beast has certainly been fed.
Oh, no kidding.
15 kills. And it feels like every time we pan over to him, he's multi-killing. So let's just run back what we did last round, this time with guns. However, there's a well-timed smoke. Flashes are good, though, to get them to space, and Decency drops early on. There's a double entry from Riccioli. However, rotates are already here, but quickly getting cut down at the same time. A lot of damage, but kill's not there. However, there is one man still alive. Now, will he clear this? He won't. There was a flashbang to be tossed in from Phelps, nicely enough, but it will not be enough to close down this half. Looking like Case at least will have something to take home, but, 3 rounds, I wouldn't necessarily be smiling too much at this halftime scoreline. Especially as Phelps takes a couple on the back end. so 9-3 at the half here as Imperial. We're just stomping over every facet of that map. Case able to break through with a little side execute, but small consolation for the deficit as they just get shaved off another player. It's a 4-man B setup for the side of Case, but it's not necessarily netting incredible results. It's a 2 for 2, and Imperial are still very much standing.
They will. Able to try and work now with a full minute and 20 left on the clock, and 3v3 that you know is going to probably create some gaps in this defense, or at least you hope it's going to create gaps in the defense. That A side is not vulnerable by any means. Bolstered by multiple members here, so. See what they can get done here.
Yeah, with Henny clearing out the entire A site and just getting what is just straight site control. This is going to call a walk back, even looking for the deeper angle, which could be considered a risk, and it makes me wonder if Riccioli has actually seen anything. But nothing's going to give. Imperial will stroll up to A, even with a deep elevator smoke, as Henny gets to play with the angles now in the 3-on-3 post.
Doing this post plant here. Time's ticking against them. They do have a smoke in a kit. That's the big kicker here. We'll see if they can get that on the bomb and successfully defuse here with coverage.
Yeah, it looks like Riccioli will be able to actually get access to it, however. And Decent T, though, unable to connect the shots through the smoke. He got him! He did! Vinny got him! Oh my goodness, with milliseconds to spare, Urbano's also going to go down. And it's a hands-on-head moment for Case. They were milliseconds away from getting that.
Oh my god, yeah, I was wondering if that had ended up being a defuse there, but the round didn't end. It just kept going right there. That's going to be a huge win. A huge save coming through. Last-second shot straight through the smoke. A little bit of grace given. Imperial an important pistol round to just really seal this one on in. They go for the full MP9 buy here. Massive investment.
I mean, they have to. They're down so many rounds. This is the only way you could possibly play for the win. And it works. Gets to immediately, and there is little to no answer. There's no reactions really across the map here. Imperial don't have much to work with, but Case are going to continue the aggression. Swing down. A firing squad awaits, but the MP9s are better, I guess. Case will give themselves a lifeline.
Be able to hang about there for a little while longer, sure. Saved big time. By the MP9s, like you said, I mean, all an investment. It's a bit necessary. It's going to pay off in spades. Of course, No Way has a little something to say about it, though. Of course.
I mean, what if? Like, you know, half the lineup is a single bullet away from death. 30 seconds to battle toward the bomb. I mean, I would want to go through this, at least try for No Way to get damaged. I think that's more important than holding on to the Galil in this situation. But I'm not sure that's actually going to be happening. Yeah, he's just going to hold still for the next 15 seconds. I mean, it's reasonable, but personally, I'd be telling him, go get yours.
Counter-terrorists win.
It could have been a fun story. Instead, just a save. Holding on to the firepower here. Setting their sights for a little bit later. That's, I mean, a massive pickup here. We'll see how far Case can take that success. We get a force buy rate back, of course, to start off the force buy wars. Like the collapse style. Kind of felt like Case were baiting them into a false sense of security on that ramp side before they all collapsed in that last round. So good game plans to hold off that A side, and good plans to take this A side this round here.
B side though is gonna be under some threat with a little boost up. Snow will double swing with Yeps. And so no way his little gambit will be shut down. Cool way to set up the rifle, but cool does not mean we'll necessarily get the round victory here. It's already a 3 versus 5, and the offense in tatters. Case get to get something started.
Something magical here out of that Deagle with his head ducked down right now. What's he looking at? When is he gonna pop up? Look at this. Yeps. Crosshair trained.
Pre-aiming it even. He's gonna jump up, and Penny will immediately go down with Snow to make that a 5th round for Case. This game's gonna get a bit awkward. Dare I say, this deficit will close down, and a Case playing cohesive.
They are. Good looks out of the CTE side here. I mean, that distance being shut out a little bit. Still 5 rounds to close it out, but this is for EB.
It's defensive. He's just trying to body block and protect him from potential bullets coming in from the flank, Cole. I don't know what you're laughing about. It's a very serious matter.
Yeah, I didn't mean to offend. I was just enjoying the setup.
Oh, okay.
Appreciating, admiring the patience.
Yeah, I'd laugh at things when I appreciate them. As you can appreciate this one though. Smile and wave to the rest of Imperial. They'll hit the dirt. The full ecos. Truly, again, cathartic, therapeutic, stress relieving. Just to watch 5 players hit the dirt. There you go. 10-6 here.
Back into the gun rounds. See if there's a lot more to appreciate here on the side of Case, or if just get shut out quickly. Back on the guns again. This ramp setup here, it has a bit of flair to it so far. They do put a lot of resources towards B and middle right now, so only 2 players defending that A side currently.
Oh, hello.
That's vision spotted, and Urbano can't finish his meal.
Yeah, you do have Riccioli searching for fights, but in the meantime, in middle, that is one of the bounces of all time. Descenti.
How did it bounce like that?
But he still got a kill. He still got his work put in, and with these A side under threat, it is only Riccioli. That flank has got to start activating and quick. Does Phelps hear this coming through, though? I think he does. He has established himself into a corner. Riccioli going to be in some trouble towards the site, and then Descenti absolutely delivers on entry. Phelps gets his 1, and it puts Snow into the clutch. And man, with the smoke, this just feels awful.
This feels near impossible here. He's going to give it a bit of an effort. And spotted out on the jiggle.
That's a problem, but does get a smoke onto the bomb. Wait, that's a win condition here now for Snow. He's gonna go for the straight up stick. They haven't gotten him off of it. He's gonna ninja defuse for the 1v2. Simply done for the 16-year-old, as Case are gonna start a bit of a rout.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, yeah, win condition clearly, but felt like a big communication breakdown coming through there. Thought that they might have already had him covered, but not the case. That's a saving grace of a round right there, brought to you by Snow. That is incredible. Sometimes you just need a round like that to re-inspire here. A round that you think is just curtains. That's impossible to recover, but it's just snuck on away. Keeps you on winning ways. Keeps the momentum going in Case's favor here, but they got to keep it up.
But they do have the right setup to keep it up. With a double setup and a double grenade, though, for Yeps. All of a sudden, this speed defense feels quite awkward. Then there's a Molly to touch down on a Yeps as well. He drops down to 6. Snow, battling for his life, gets a kill through the smoke. But is that all? Vinny will drop, and Yeps is still preserving his life right now. And he's going to try and backstab. He has to win this round, though. All of his teammates have gone down. And Henny and Decenti will bring their barrels to bear. It will be 11 rounds for Imperial.
So done. That's what they needed right there. A bit of a frustrating end to the round. 2 rounds prior now, but redemption in the very next, and pretty clean B execute to get him across the way versus a Case defense that is giving a lot of resources to that B defense as well. But you can see there's always multiple members here every round on this B side. Being able to get that power execute on it is massive.
Ow, that's gonna hurt. Stepping into the laser beam, no! And RCF pulls pins just as Phelps walks through. It's just so brutal. Riccioli's gonna stand and fight, get headshotted immediately. And a 3-man ramp setup, like everything was there for Case, but fortune just does not favor them.
Bomb has been planted.
Wow. Well, I don't really know what to say. I'm sure... You know, if we had face cams there, I'm sure RCF made the craziest expression as Phelps ran through the smoke just as he pressed his nade bind.
Yeah. Classic timing there.
Say flat circle or something like that. I still don't understand why people say that reference, but it is just kind of funny. That time is a flat circle. You got anything to add to that one, Cole? It's map point here for Imperial.
I don't really know why people say that. Heard time is a straight arrow, though. I've got no idea what the flat circle though means. I have to look that up. Find out where it comes from. What it means. What does it mean? Case, they gotta do some soul searching right now, though. That's gonna help out an opening duel, but it is Snow committed here. He's getting blasted, bombarded on this B defense, and he can't find his way out. He can't jump out of this situation.
And there comes a salvo towards him. He's gonna try and hope to survive as Vinny breaks the smoke. Understands the mission while No Way picks apart middle. And that will say goodbye to this second BO1. Case are going to fall even deeper into the hole this season. They needed a map win in this matchup. These back-to-back BO1s, but they could not secure it. And now hard times are ahead. RCF knife out in the open, about to get finished off by No Way, and that makes a 13-7 Imperial, I won't say they were necessarily cruising during all stages of the game, but what they did manage was consistency. They got this one on Vertigo.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big deal. Especially consistency on the T sides here. I think for both of those maps, just felt like they were able to make it look pretty easy when they hop into that T side there. Obviously, Imperial give themselves a lot of runway on the defense this time, but if you're Imperial, you're going to be happy with this day. It's back-to-back big victories here that feel pretty one-sided. It's a 13-8 on Mirage and a 13-7 on Vertigo, so you have no trouble coming back off the back of, like we kind of joked about, your 3-map loss streak of, or 3-series loss streak between Spirit, FaZe, and Vitality to come back into your scene and assert a little bit of dominance.
Yeah, that's for sure. Again, there were still some moments, right? That's wasn't completely done there for Case. In fact, I think they had some good setups and they had some good game plans coming through, but it's round by round consistency. Same thing as Mirage, really, where as Imperial, they might lose around here or there, just kind of to what you call variance sometimes, where like RCF just running up ramp with the P250 somehow magically gets 3 kills, right? You lose a little bit of these rounds when someone has a moment or two, but you know, you just have a system that just chugs along, right? It doesn't really care about what happened in that previous round. Instant recovery, and it just looked too good there from Imperial. And Descenti does it again, dare I say.
Back to back there, definitely the case there. Impressive stuff coming through from him. We kind of highlighted him heading into this match, and he delivers, back to back. Again, it feels like it's a full team effort. It's a good game plan. It's good coordination. We had some really good individual moments out of No Way as well that I quite enjoyed watching him play out in that last map, but definitely feel like you have a lot to lean on here for this Imperial roster, and it's right back to winning Rays.
Yeah, so many multi-kills that came through from Descenti as well, and it's just going to continue this great season so far from Imperial. They're looking to propel themselves to the top of the standings. While you might be saying they're playing for sport here, it's so important that this team gets their reps in. They don't want to fall behind necessarily. They don't want to be one of these winning teams that just says, oh, we did well at the major, let's go ahead and just take 3 months off for no reason. No, they're getting ready for the grind. Pro League's coming up. Let's see how good that form is going to be. So that's going to wrap up tonight here for ECL South America, but more games going down here, so you can keep paying attention to the standings on a more ESL stream. So on behalf of myself, Cole X, McHenry, admin and production squad, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys on ECL NA in just a bit.